What's up, everybody? Accidentally hitting buttons here. Welcome to Youth Group Live again. We are back. Can you believe it is actually week 8 of this YouTube Youth Group Live online stuff? Like, I can't believe this is the 8th week of this. That's crazy. This sort of blows my mind. In some ways, it feels like we just started this like a week ago, like yesterday. And in other ways, during this whole COVID-19 thing has just been lasting forever, right? I can't, like, it's like just started last week, it's lasting forever. I don't know. I'm having a hard time even like remembering what month it is, what day it is. Anybody else? Raise your hand at home. Like you forget what day it is, or like where you are, what month it is. I just feel like we're all starting to lose our marbles. We're all just starting to lose our minds. I mean, take this guy, for example. Right? Look at that dude. I mean, what has happened here? Nate has gone mad. I don't know what's going on. Listen, also, that's not a wig. I asked him. That is not a wig. That's his real hair. Some of you see his smiling face and you're thinking, oh, look how happy he is. No, he's just losing his mind. That's all. He's just going crazy. That's what it is. And frankly, I'm a little scared. Glad I got my hair cut. Thank you, Mary. I know you guys don't have to tell us on the chat when it's freezing up and glitchy. It just is. It's YouTube's having trouble. Too many youth groups on Wednesday nights. Anyway, how's your hair looking? Did you get a quarantine haircut, or is your hair going crazy? Or so I've actually heard the question lately a lot. What is youth group going to be like once we're at the end of all this? And well, I'd say that this describes it the best. That's my answer right there. Meme of the week right here. Meme of the week. Tell me I'm wrong. Bottom right. Tell me that's not Bryn. Tell me that's not Bryn right there. All right, middle left. On the left side in the middle. That hair actually looks fine. She just lost her marbles. She's just going crazy. Oh, man. Let's just be real for a moment. I keep seeing posts that are saying, hey, what's the first thing you're going to do when all the restrictions are lifted? And everyone's like, I can't wait to go to my favorite restaurant or do this or do that. But let's be real. You're going to the barber. You're going to the salon. Because you don't want to show up at church looking like these cats right here. You're trying to avoid that. All right. Although I would actually vote for that, because that would be pretty epic if you all showed up looking like that. That would be really funny. Listen, hair isn't the only thing going crazy for people here. I heard people are starting to get lost and confused. And, okay, maybe that's not true. Maybe they're not actually getting lost. But check out this student who got lost in a tree.
Ethan, take a video.
I was like, what are you doing up there?
I don't know. Also, I cannot get down.
Yeah, I see that.
My branch that I got up broke.
What's your plan?
Jump.
You sure about that?
Should I go higher?
No.
Higher?
I mean, all I gotta say, pray for school to get back to normal. Just pray for that. I don't know what else to say. Don't know what else to say. Next, I bring you family devotionals. In the Licklider house, this has turned into just playing with the cat with the computer mouse. Let's take a look.
Irma's reading the Bible.
Even the animals are losing it, guys. I mean, the cat's not even doing that good at following it. Look at it. It's totally losing the mouse. What's going on? What's up with that? Oh, man. All right. How are you guys doing? Are you losing it? Are you going crazy too during this? Let's be real. This has been rough. Hey, I would love to see what's happening in your family. Maybe you guys are losing it too and you have some funny videos. Some funny stuff from your siblings or whatever. Some bad haircuts going on. Any of you done the bowl? Put the bowl over your head and just go around with the scissors. I would love to see the pic of that. Send us your silly, ridiculous stuff. It's been a while since we got a bunch of stuff to highlight you guys. So I'd love for you to send that in. Send us pictures, videos. seriously, it gives us a laugh. It gives us a reason to smile during all this. Thank you to all good sports who I just picked on there, giving us something to laugh and smile about. It's something we need. So send in your pictures, send in your videos. Let us enjoy that together. So speaking of losing, you all remember when I secretly emailed the parents and I said, hey, scare your kids, your students. You guys aren't kids, you're students. And send a picture, or not a picture, a video of that to me. So we had a bunch of videos a few weeks ago. We did the highlight from that. Well, after I aired the results of that, parents, you might not know this, but I told the students it was their turn. I'd given them multiple weeks, multiple reminders to accomplish this. I got 2 videos. Two videos. Come on, guys. That's all you had? Well, kudos at least to the brave souls who did this, who tried to scare their parents. To the rest of you, I don't know what to say. I don't know. This was your opportunity. Your youth pastor told you to scare your parents and get it on video. I expected a lot more from you. I really did. I'm disappointed. Parents, I don't know. I'm unsure what this says about you guys. My fam failed bad. That's funny, Nate. All right, so we can't let the efforts of the few brave people, more than 2, that tried to actually scare their parents go unnoticed. So let's watch their submissions. To be honest, I don't know if this helps or hurts their cause of the students here, but let's check it out. First one up, Josiah.
That was you?
Yes! I get you!
That's it. That's what we got. I can't even see what happened in that video. Josiah, I love you. Thanks for trying. All right, here's our other one. Anderson's. Here we go. At least there's like a little bit of reaction. At least we can see that Dan kind of got scared a little bit there. So, yeah. Parents, you win. Nice job. That's a wrap. Parents took that one. Students lost. That's for sure. Okay. Thankfully, we did have some amazing submissions this week for our lip sync battle. We are in week 2 of the lip sync battle, and I am pumped about this. I got a question. How does Sean get a nice haircut right now? Yeah, Pat, you weren't here last week. Mary did this. This was all Mary. Nice, right? Sorry about the splotchiness of the feed tonight. I don't know what's going on. YouTube is struggling. All right. Hopefully it clears up a little bit. We can, and then we can get to these amazing lip sync videos. I'm going to check on one thing real quick before we get rolling on that. See if we can do it. Yeah. All right. We got 2 awesome lip sync battles submissions this week. Last week we sort of had the battle of the Christian school students. And this week is the homeschool battle. It's just how it worked out. Not my doing. But this is the real reason you tuned in this week. I know it is. So let's get to it. This week we have the McKays versus the Claggets in an epic lip sync battle. I can't wait to see what else we have in the coming weeks. But up first, Claggets, take it away.
I was living the dream.
Finished up in 2 hours and I was eating ice cream.
I woke up when I want. I did what I liked.
I was homeschooled, baby. I was living the life.
I made my own schedule, okayed it with my mom.
Never went on any dates except for homeschool prom.
Finished top of my class, valedictorian.
Watched enough PBS to be considered a historian. I was homeschooled. Homeschooled. I was homeschooled. I was homeschooled. both were my pets.
My mom was the teacher, administrator, and principal.
I'll take anyone down in checkers, chess, or in Scrabble.
Jesus is my co-pilot's on the back of my van.
Youth group was my spot cause they were my only friends.
Every day at recess, I was climbing my trees.
At homeschool, you don't need to ask permission to pee.
Thought I didn't play sports and you don't know me at all.
Dominated the court Saturday morning church ball.
I love the lion, witch, and wardrobe, but don't ask me why.
I won most likely to succeed by me, myself, and I was homeschooled. Homeschooled. I was homeschooled. Homeschooled. I was homeschooled. Homeschooled. I was homeschooled. Homeschooled. I was homeschooled like
It's lit.
only ate at Chick-fil-A.
My pleasure.
But not before we pray.
Amen.
Parents only let me listen to Lecrae. I was homeschooled, ayy. Always ate at Chick-fil-A. Never ate before I prayed. Only listen to Lecrae. Put your hands in the air if you can relax. I was homeschooled. Homeschooled. 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 Every day was pajama day.
Awesome. Listen, I knew Anna had that in her, but I did not know Caleb had that in him. And jaw-dropping, amazing. The basketball moves, the dance moves, killed it. You guys killed it. And Ian's little clip at the end. Thanks for bringing that, Claggets. Awesome video. Nice work. All right. Up against another homeschooled family tonight. We're going to see what they brought to the table. Drum roll, please, for the McKays. Here we go.
Yes, the wind blows a little bit colder, and we're all getting older, and the clouds are moving on with every autumn breeze. Peter Pumpkin just became fertilizer,
And my leaf's a little sadder and wiser.
that's why I rely on certain certainties. Yes, some things never change, like the feel of your hand in mine. Some things stay the same, like how we get along just fine, like an old stone wall that'll never fall. Some things are always true. Some things never change, like how I'm holding on tight to you.
The leaves are already falling. Sven, it feels like the future is calling. Are you telling me tonight you're gonna get down on one knee? Yeah, but I'm really bad at planning these things out, like candlelight and pulling of rings out. Maybe you should leave all the romantic stuff to me. Yeah, some things never change, like the love that I feel for her. Some things stay the same, like how reindeers are easier. But if I commit and I go for it, I'll know what to say and do, right? Some things never change. Sven, the pressure is all on you.
The winds are restless. Could that be why I'm hearing this call? There's something coming. I'm not sure I want things to change at all. These days are precious. Can't let them slip away. I can't freeze this moment, but I can still go out and seize this day.
shelter
It's time to count our blessings
beneath an autumn sky.
We'll always live in the kingdom of plenty that stands for the good of the many.
And I promise you the flag of there and down will always fly. Our flag will always fly.
Our flag will always fly. Some things never change. Turn around and the time has flown. Some things stay the same. Though the future remains unknown, may our good luck last, may our past be past. Time's moving fast, it's true. Some things never change.
And I'm holding on tight to you. Holding on tight to you.
Holding on tight to you. Holding on tight to you.
I'm holding on tight to you.
Claggets and McKays, I love it. That stuff was hilarious. Although McKays, I want to see costumes the next time. Especially, was Andrew Olaf? I really don't know because I haven't seen these movies. Maybe. So I love to see that Olaf costume. That was great, guys. Okay, public school students. Don't be sitting there at home thinking you're too cool for this. Okay, this is just the Christian kids and homeschool kids. It's time for you to show us what you got and get on this train. Come to the table. Public school kids, we need your videos. But for real, everybody, get in on this. This is tons of fun, especially if you do it with your family or siblings. We want more lip sync videos, so make them, send them in. We already have a couple coming for next week, and we're excited about it. And I know what their songs are doing, and it's going to be awesome again. But we want more. Let's keep them coming in. So for real, make some lip sync videos. Send them to us, and I'll be excited about that. Hey, coming up again this week, we have another guest speaker, and I'm excited about it. It's Helena Forney, one of our leaders. You should know her, middle school leader. So girls get pumped. But you know, if you know Helena, you know that she loves animals, like big time. So in honor of Helena, I have a game for us to do this week in honor of her. It's just a quick thing. It's just to be funny. Quick short game. Here's our game. It is called Screaming or Fainting Goat. What's going to happen is you're going to see a picture of a goat, and you are going to have to decide if the video that follows this picture is that goat screaming or that goat fainting. Screaming or fainting. Have you guys seen the fainting goats before? It's hilarious. So you guys see the questions. What was that? That's a screaming goat. This is real. This happens. Goats scream all sorts of weird noises. So it's going to be quick. The picture's going to go up. There's going to be 5-6 seconds. And you got to just decide, is that a screaming goat or fainting goat? Maybe if you're with people, just say out loud, quickly. But let's have some fun. Let's go. First one. Is this goat a fainting goat or a screaming goat? Here's your answer. Screaming goat it is. Goat number 1 was a screaming goat. I love these goats. This is hilarious. All right, goat number 2. Fainting or screaming? Goat number 2, fainting or screaming? The answer, 3, 2, 1. Ah! I love this. All right, next goat. These cute little goats. Look at that little brown one. That's so cute. Is this one a fainting goat or a screaming goat? The answer. Oh, poor little goat. Fainting goat it is. Next one. Let's see here. These two guys. their little shirts on. Fainting goat or screaming goat? What do you guys got? What do you guys got? Here comes the answer. I love screaming goats, man. It's so funny. All right. This one's got some horns on him. Look at him. This guy, I don't know. He looks too tough to be a fainting goat. What do you think? Screaming or fainting? Here's your answer.
Come on, buddy. Scoot.
Oh.
And there he goes.
I like the screaming ones better, I think. But that's really funny, too. Here we go. Next one. All right. This guy got some cow sort of spots to him. Fainting or screaming? What do you guys think? The answer is... screaming goat. I love it. All right, check out this cute little guy. Look at that little dude. Don't you just want to pet him? Was this one screaming or fainting? Answer. Here we go.
No kidding.
So good. All right, for our final one. Fainting or screaming? Here we go. What do you guys think?
Hey, Mom, where did all the bags go?
All right. Is this is this Abigail? Fainting Abigail or screaming Abigail? What do you guys think? If you guys have seen this before, you should know it. Here's the answer. 3, 2, 1. Tricked you. It's a screaming Abigail. Actually, well, here we go. Oh, also a fainting one. What do you know? Thanks for playing our game. I love screaming goats. It's so funny. Thank you, Abigail. All right, I have to say, Abigail, multiple weeks now, has been a star on our show. So kudos to Abigail. She's gonna kill me for that one. It's time for our message. It's the final week of our series, Jesus Is, and where we've been talking about who Jesus is, what that means for us, and how that impacts our daily life. And so first week, we said Jesus is God, and like we know that, right? But when you really look at it and think about it, what that means for us, it has a lot of implications for our life. And then the second week, we talked about how Jesus is the way, and he is the life. He called himself that, and what that means for us. Last week, Eva did a great job talking about Jesus is truth. He's the truth. He says, I am the truth. And then TB12 screaming, that's right. Have you guys seen I'm totally off track now by the comments, like the Taylor Swift music videos with the screaming goats? That's hilarious. All right, so this week, today's title this week is Jesus is better than a best friend. Jesus is better than a best friend. So, give a warm welcome, round of applause in your home to Helena Forney. She's bringing the message tonight, and I will catch you on the flip side. Here we go.
Alay Nirda. Alay Kaloni Cleudra. Alay Bangao Faneda.
Il fait des planètes. Il a fait une terre, une lune, des maisons.
Manusan Nokajit. Preta Prechan. Prai.
Deus, ele criou o mundo e ele é o nosso Pai também. Unser Vater im Himmel, da wo unsere Sünde befreit hat, sorgt für uns. God is the only God. And he wants to tell us all about him. Because he loves us. Deus é
Il est pas Jésus. Jésus, il est fort. Il nous protège.
ទ្រង់ស្រឡាញ់យើងគឺទ្រង់សុខចិត្តចាប់ឆ្កាងដើម្បីលុបបាបយើង
Yesu nana akili sabana do akunna ka bɔ su cɛma a yɛlɛla sankolo la isenu ye ne dɛmɛba ye i ne mina kojugu kɛ a bɛ ne bali k'o kɛ
Nu kanske ni bereder enligt de arme, aber man fühlt im Herz wirklich, dass er durch.
Deus é nosso Pai. Jesus is God's one true Son. Cứ trong ban chơi sông cừu đam lơ lơ.
Say hi. Hi. Hi, everyone. That was my cat Pascal also saying hi. It's good to see you guys. I hope you're all doing well. This is kind of new and different and weird, but I hope you guys are still making it through. It's been nice outside, so I hope you've been getting outside some too. So I want to start this off with asking you all a question, and that is, would you rather have one great friend or a lot of acquaintances? This is something I want you to answer either in the YouTube comments or to someone next to you at your house, maybe a family member. Text your friends even and let them know. Would you rather have a few good friends or lots of acquaintances? That is my starting question for you. So go ahead and answer. Now is your time to shine in the YouTube comments, because later on in the lesson, you gotta be quiet. So friendship means different things to different people. Some are happy to go deep with just one friend or two, while others would rather be friends with everyone. What's something that makes friendship so special? I want you to think about that. I thought about it, and some things I thought of is maybe it's the ability to share secrets, being close to someone, or hanging out and having fun. So what are some things that makes friendship special to you? So friendship means different things to different people. Some are happy to go deep with just one friend or two, while others would rather be friends with everyone. What's something that makes friendship so special? I want you to think about that. I thought about it, and some things I thought of is maybe it's the ability to share secrets, being close to someone, or hanging out and having fun. So what are some things that makes friendship special to you? As many of you know, I recently went to Virginia to do an internship at the Virginia Zoo. While I was down there, it was a new place for me, so I did not know anyone. I didn't have any friends, I didn't have any family, I was in a totally new place. Some of you may have experienced this before by moving to a new place. Maybe you've moved here, maybe some of your friends have moved away from you. Some of you will be experiencing it soon going to college, moving to a new college, or some of you may experience it later on in life. But even though I was down in a place I wasn't a place I was new to, I still had a friend here who kept me in constant contact with me and really kept my spirits up. Her name's Amelia. We became friends at Trinity a long time ago. When I was feeling down and sad and lonely, she would talk to me. She encouraged me daily, and we'd talk on the phone on a weekly basis. Even though she was busy, she still made time for me, and Even though I was busy, I made time for her. It was really nice to have someone to talk to have someone listen to me, and just to have someone who I knew was there for me, even though we weren't there in person. So she was being a great friend, even during the times that I didn't feel like I had many friends. My friend wasn't a perfect friend, and we don't have a perfect relationship. But in that moment, they were a reminder of what true friendship can look like. Whether it's in a movie, a book, or real-life friendship, we often get glimpses of what true friendship can look like. Unfortunately, though, there's no such thing as a perfect friend. Even our very best friends will sometimes hurt us, let us down, or grow distant over time. And no matter how hard we try, we'll never be the perfect friend either. However, we have a true friend in Jesus. When I was in high school, I was bullied pretty often for being a Christian and for having different medical issues. Because of those medical issues, I was in pain continuously. Because of this, I became very depressed. I wasn't in a good place when I was in high school. I was very sad. I felt hopeless. I felt alone. Some of you may be experiencing that now, or maybe have friends who experience that now and know that it's a hard place to be. When I was down, I pushed people away. I felt like I didn't have any friends. I felt like I wasn't worthy of friends. But even though I was really sad and depressed, I still had Jesus by my side. There were times where I could feel him with me when I felt most alone, when I felt like I had no one, when I felt like I was alone against the world. I knew that Jesus was with me. When I was sad and when other people didn't want to be around me, he was there. He loved me when I felt the most unlovable. I don't know if you've ever felt so close to Jesus that you've been able to call him a best friend, but maybe that's what he's inviting you to do today. He's inviting you to experience that relationship with him. As we talk, think, and read today, I want you to either write down on a piece of paper near you, or tell the people near you, say it on the chat, or maybe even just think about it. Think about why Jesus is a friend to us, and not just any friend. He's the friend, and better than a best friend than we could have. So, before we read and talk any further, maybe you have some ideas already about how Jesus is a friend to us. So what do you think? How is Jesus a friend to us? This was a question that was asked to some other people in the church, and I believe now Sean is going to play that message for you and just have some others share how Jesus has been a friend to them.
Jesus has always been a faithful friend to me, reminding me his promises in his word are true.
My best friend loves to celebrate and give gifts. The gift of his presence in the Word each day, the gift of fun times and laughter with family and friends, the gift of his counsel and comfort in times of difficulty, and the gift of worship, which lifts our souls in celebration of his beauty, grace, and unfailing love.
Jesus has been a friend in times of sadness, in times of anger, in times of joy, in times of celebration. And as a friend, he takes it all, and I'm so very thankful.
One way that Jesus is a friend to me is when I remember that even in times that feel sad or lonely or hard or disappointing or whatever it might be, those times when you really need a friend, the Bible tells me that he has experienced all of those things and understands when I come to him.
When I went through treatment for cancer, I was more upset and terrified than I ever have been in my life. But I have to say that I felt Jesus' presence more than I ever have in my life too. It reminds me of in Psalm 23 where it says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil, for thou art with me." Jesus was with me.
Your best friend will let you down. Your dad will let you down. Even your pastor will let you down. Our Lord Jesus Christ will never let you down.
Jesus has been a friend to me by texting me, and what I mean by that is each and every time I pray, I open his word, his text, in earnest expectation to hear from him. And I do. The result is a communication that is so real and is so profound and it is so personal that it is better than a friend and closer than a brother. And I know sometimes we crave a literal friend and we think that God is too far away to even be that. But when you try him and test him in this way, he will not let you down.
My husband of almost 37 years died in 2014. Until that day, I had never ever lived by myself. And Jesus reminds me all the time that I am not alone.
When I was 21 years old, I lost my dad to a massive heart attack, and he ended up dying. And I was in college at the time, and it was really hard and quite painful. The only thing that made a huge difference in bringing me to a place of peace was through Jesus. I just had to turn to him through prayer, through a lot of tears, and through reading the scripture that he loved me and that he cared for me, and that I didn't quite understand why my dad died. And through that process, through prayer, God just gave me peace, and he just brought healing to my heart through that ordeal. So we can go to God with our concerns, and he listens to us, and he cares for us.
Hey, one of the ways in which Jesus has been a friend to me is that he keeps giving me grace. Even though I need so much, he doesn't stop giving me grace.
The Lord is my sure hope and my best friend, and he's helped me through a lot of hard things.
When something happens that I don't like, something that makes me afraid or angry, Jesus is there. He's right there, and that completely diffuses any of the frustration or the anger or the fear, because he's with me, and he's God, and he loves me.
So the disciples, some of you may know those guys, some of you may not. Maybe you're new to this, but there's these people that followed Jesus everywhere while he was on earth so they could learn from him. These people were more than just students and followers of Jesus, though. They became some of his closest friends. So let's read a story from the book of Matthew that will not only show us how Jesus was a friend to his disciples, but also show us how Jesus can be a friend to you and me. This is from Matthew 14:28-31. "Lord, if it's you," Peter replied, "tell me to come to you on the water." "Come," he said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus reached down his hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" Jesus walks on water towards his friends, but that's not all. Jesus invites Peter to walk on water with him. How do you think that makes Jesus a good friend? Unfortunately, Peter suddenly realizes it's kind of crazy to actually walk on water, so he panics and starts to sink. Of course, Jesus saves Peter. How do you think that makes Jesus a good friend? We see Jesus do a lot in this passage. Jesus invites, includes, and welcomes Peter, encourages Peter, he helps Peter, he supports Peter, and he challenges Peter. Let's talk about that challenging thing for a second, because the order of events is really important here. As Peter's friend, Jesus knows it's not just his job to support Peter, it's also his job to challenge him and to make him better. A better friend, person, and leader. But it's only after Jesus has Peter safely in his grasp that he asks, "Why did you have little faith? Why did you doubt?" Can you imagine if Jesus had said that to Peter while Peter was still sinking? That would be very, very insensitive. The guy would be drowning, and it wouldn't have been a good time to yell at him and be like, "Why did you doubt me?" So Jesus did not do that. When Peter was in need, Jesus didn't treat him with cruelty or insensitivity. But maybe you know what it's like to be treated that way, even by someone you call a friend. Sometimes we've been so hurt by others, it's hard to trust that God will treat us differently. But as we see here, Jesus isn't like other people. Another reason people sometimes struggle to trust God is because maybe they've been abandoned by the people they love and they needed the most. Maybe you even know what that's like. As you might know, there came a time in Jesus' life and ministry when the disciples thought they had lost him forever. Jesus was killed and stayed dead for 3 whole days, but then he came back to life and it was a miracle. I'm guessing Jesus' friends were thrilled to have Jesus with them again. And I'm guessing they were sort of devastated when Jesus told them, hey, I'm actually leaving, this time for good, sort of. It was time for Jesus to leave earth and return to heaven. But before Jesus left, he said, therefore, this is Matthew 28:19-20, therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I've commanded you. And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age. This passage is what we call part of the Great Commission. It's one of the very last things he tells his friends and followers. How do Jesus' words and actions here make him a good friend? Something that we've been asking throughout this lesson. Jesus promised his disciples that he would always be with him. No other friend, not even a best friend, can promise that. Next, I want you guys to read with me John 15:12-13. And my command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friend. In this passage, Jesus says true friends love each other so much that they're willing to sacrifice everything, even their lives, for their friends. Does that sound like something Jesus might do or has done? Jesus laid down his life for us, his friends. He didn't just teach us how to love and be friends to each other. Jesus modeled it. So who is Jesus? These stories, Jesus' own words, and all of the observations we've written down over the last few minutes make it pretty clear. Jesus is a friend, but he's so much more than a friend. Jesus is better than a best friend. But okay, Jesus is better than a best friend, but so what? What does that mean for you and me? 2 things, and these are 2 things that I want you to remember. Think about, remember them. Are you ready? The first thing is, Jesus is a friend you've always needed. I know this because I've experienced it. He's inviting you into a deeper friendship with him right now, even in this moment. And the second thing is, Jesus shows us the kind of friends that we can be. It's not easy, and we won't always get it right, but Jesus sets the example of how to love and treat the people around us. Then he gives us the help and courage we need to become better friends to the people we love. So I want you to look back or think back on the video of our reasons of why Jesus is better than a best friend. And think for a moment about this question: which of these reasons, or what you can think of or remember, most connects with you, and why do you think that is? So I want you to think about that for a second. Maybe it's because that's the quality that you look for most in a friend, or that's what Jesus is challenging you to have most for a quality. I want you to think about the rest of this week, and I challenge you to remember it, of why Jesus is the friend that you've always needed, and how Jesus shows us the kind of friend that we can be. Jesus was better than a best friend. He was an amazing friend, and he still is. He's a friend to me, and he's a friend to you, and he's calling you to that friendship today. So now that this has come to an end, I am going to pray for us. So if you'll bow your heads with me. God, thank you, Son, Jesus, who is God, Savior, truth, and better than a best friend. Thank you that Jesus is good news, not just for some people, but for all people. Thank you that through Jesus, we can be called your friends. Help us not to take Jesus' friendship for granted, but instead commit to growing a deeper friendship with you, and let your Spirit help us become more like the friend that Jesus has been to us. Thank you for this holy friendship, Lord, and thank you for letting us come together today. And please bless each one of us in our lives, and thank you for sending your Son. In Jesus' name, amen. So I wanted to say goodbye with Flynn. He says goodbye too. He says goodbye because he doesn't want to be here. Goodbye, Flynn. I hope you all enjoyed this video and that you're having a good week and a good end of the school year. I miss you guys all very much, and you're all in my prayers daily. So, back to you, Sean, and I hope everyone is doing well.
All right. Thank you, Helena. Awesome job. Great job with that. Appreciate you bringing that to us. So I want to encourage you guys with that. Having a lot of you actually answered, you would choose one great friend versus lots of acquaintances. Some of you picked acquaintances, but even better than that person you think of as your best friend, Jesus is so much more than that. Will always be with you. And it's important to build that relationship with him so that you are having that in your life. It's huge. All right, quick announcement before we continue is just our Trick Shot Showdown is in the final stages on our Instagram page, the voting. Round 2, we had super close matchups. Cara lost her second Instagram thing this week by 1%. Sorry, Cara. She lost to Cole. But our winners were Cole, Josh, and Newman. They have moved on. Because Newman had the widest margin of victory, I went ahead and just put him in the championship. So now it's between Josh and Cole to decide who plays Newman, or not plays, but goes against Newman in the championship. So get on our Insta page and our story and vote for that at TBC Students with a Z at the end, because somebody took TBC Students. So winner of that's going to face Newman. So jump on there and vote. Thanks for joining us. Hope you had fun. There's definitely some awesome stuff today. Students, you know what to do. Head over to Zoom. We'll see you there.